Janet, how are you?
Good.
You have a cough. I have a cough too. I'm going to have to mute myself.
Oh,
Uh,
so you're in Florida, right?
yes, yes.
Okay, good morning, everybody. This is George Ruiz. We are starting now. Okay. Okay, good morning. Welcome to the onboarding call. And you will say, well, what is the onboarding? Well, it's to get you to know, well, first of all the tools that we have and the way to start our business. My wife is going to join us in a few minutes. Um, I'm super excited because for those of you, they just, how do you say, they extend the multiplier until at the beginning of August, and that's great for your business. I'm not going to go much into that right yet. And also, we've been having incredible growth. I noticed the numbers this morning, and one of the reasons, of course, is the new product. We are having amazing results with the new, etc. But anyway, in order to be successful, it's important that we always stay connected. This is one thing. The second thing is to know what the tools that we have in order to for us to be connected. One of the reasons we created the website that you're going to see in a second is ourlegacymakers.com is because when I started, I didn't have a clue what I was doing in the business for the first time. And we didn't have any tool, anything. I signed up, and my upline signed up. He was new too. And they tell us, okay, just go out and talk to people. And that was it. We didn't know anything else. And we were talking to people, but we didn't know how to talk. We were doing everything wrong. We didn't know so many things. Um, and I'm glad that eventually somebody gave us a book. Actually, he found a book and he gave the book to me. It was a book about network marketing, and we started following that book like our Bible and for a business. And it was called "How to Be the Best That You Can Be an MLM." It's a book written in the early 90s. And today that book is very obsolete because talk about things that today don't exist anymore. And of course, those have the new technologies that we have today. But anyway, let me go back, share my screen really quick. Okay. Okay. Oh, no. Okay. Let me do it again. Okay, make sure you mute yourself. Okay, this is our website, ourlegacymakers.com. Here is where you have basic. I don't want to say anything that you need to know because there are things that we still have to update, and we think we always have new things. But everything to start a business is here. Everything. As a matter of fact, let me show you the website really quick. First of all, this is the first page, by the way, ourlegacymakers.com. Right here. Welcome, Legacy Makers team. Getting started. First, we start with the welcome letter. Yes, this is a very important tool that you send to the people that join. Now, the company send their own welcome letter, but this is ours. And this one basically what have the different links, including this page, where people can start connecting, including the company, etc. It's really good, and we always update it because there are always new links. But this is so cool for people that are starting out. Again, it's talking about the app, it's talking about everything. We are going to add the AI. Really cool. Very simple. Welcome, welcome, welcome. That's it. The next one, why is so important, the smart chip. This basically take you to the reason, but the smart chip is so important, by the way, for those of you, because when you are in the smart chip, first of all, you know that every 4 weeks you are getting your order. But the second one, for those of you that are familiar with the pay plan, that also you keep you active. In other words, you make sure that you never lose your volume, because if you are not active, you lose the volume. And you don't want to forget to order, and then your volume goes to zero. as long the volume that you are accumulating, as long as you are active with 60 points every 4 weeks, you never lose the volume and you can accumulate, even if you are not building yet, but there are people coming under you, you keep accumulating that volume. That's why it's so important to be on the smart chip. And again, it's something that I feel so important for many reasons. And again, for me, the main reason is that you have to make sure that you have your volumes always. The next one is make sure you download the 3 app. Okay, here it is. You go to the App Store. And also, by the way, let me go here and let me open it up for you. And also the World International, when you go to the 3 International World, we don't have this one yet in this part that I'm going to show you. And make sure you also download the 3AI. It's here in this part, as you see. When you go in the wall, you go down, you look for the white square. It's totally white here. You click Learn More. And make sure you start your 30-day trial if you are doing it on your own computer, or download the app. Could be any of these apps. This is something that is very powerful. It's brand new. It's why we don't have it here yet. But you can start the 30-day trial, by the way, also with your app. It's just that here is for the desktop. This part is for your phone if you're doing it through your phone. Okay. Let me go back to... Okay. All right. Very important. And what I'm telling you right now is the different steps. I'm not going to go super deep in detail because you are going to go yourself when you start downloading all this. You don't have to download it right now. The chat community is where we have the links that every time there's a call, there's a link there, announcements, etc. And you can, if you are on your phone, you just point your camera here and it takes you there. And let me click here. And if you are in your computer, here's the link. Again, we have the link here. Excuse me. The video tutorial that you see here on the left is how to connect with in the video tutorial. And it's very short videos. I think it's only less than 3 minutes. It tells you a little more about the community and you connect. Okay. Now, again, we went to the start. You make sure you have your checklist. The smart chip is connected. You download the apps, and then you are connected to the community. You're already ready to, then you know where everything else is. Here, when we keep going, it gives you a back office tour. And that, by the way, you go by one. It's interesting because sometimes when we see so many links, we say, I'm overwhelmed. No, you are not. If you start with just one, this one. If they go then to the second one, to the third one. And by the way, this 4, it goes really quick. Well, this one probably a little longer if you're reading the whole letter, but it takes very quick to go through all this downloading. Again, the back office tour is where you learn a little more about the back office. The 3 wallet is also in the back office. This is how to set up your wallet. And this is a video of how to set up your wallet to being paid. And you set up the wallet. That's where you enter your information, what account you want everything to be sent, your social, etc., etc. It's very cool. Now, the next one is a link to the product education. Because it's in the first page doesn't mean that you have to go through every product and learn everything about the products, because this is for general information for you. And this is not something that you have to finish in order to start the business. Because if you do that, you're never going to start a business. Why? There is a lot of information here. This is mostly for your information to know where it is. Talking about why the PDR is so important, the different studies. And by the way, studies. You don't have to read the studies because you can read about the studies, because I don't know if you want to get in details on what the studies are and the different genes, etc. This is only something that mostly health professionals want to get into it, but it's not like you have to get here and start talking about the different genes, etc. Now, this is here for your general information and for you to know where they are. A lot of these things are in many places. It's not only here, but we wanted to make sure that when people say, well, where can I find the studies? Here, there. Where can I find about Dr. Gobler? Here we are, different interviews. Many people say, well, I heard there's you have an Institute of Medicine the farm. Yes, we do. You just click here and you follow the video. They have, here's information of the videos of the products. Do you have to know all that? No. But this is for your information. And also, this is in your app too, by the way. This in your app has the same thing. You have videos that you can send to people. And when they click, you know that they're clicking. These are just forms. Like, for example, in the Vitality, people ask you, what are the ingredients? You just send a copy of this from your app. You don't have to send it from here. Oops.
Sorry. I just accidentally did that. Here, I'll make you co-host.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I disappeared. How are you, Adrian?
I'm great. How are you, George?
Excellent. Yeah, Adrian is in Austin right now, and George, that's me. I'm in southern Utah, in St. George. I'm in my town, St. George. But anyway, hold on. Let me go back for just. Oh, I was talking about the products, where the products are. Adrian, go ahead. Yeah, I'm glad because I didn't know you were in already. I couldn't see it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
You want to continue?
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, no problem at all. Okay, let me share my screen real quickly.
Okay.
Okay, so we are going over. So welcome anyone who's new. Welcome. Thank you for joining us on Saturday onboarding. I'm sure George already welcomed you, but I'll re-welcome you. So on Saturday, what we want to do is go over some of the basics of getting started. We do have a team website, and on this team website, it really just guides you through the getting started process. So on the homepage, you don't need to do anything. It's already welcoming you. It's helping you get started right. The first thing you want to do is you want to go over the getting started checklist. So this is really a welcome letter. This is something that you want to go through yourself if you're brand new, and we're going to take you through these steps anyways. But what's nice about knowing that this document is here is that you guys are able to share this with anyone new that you bring on board in the future, right? Because that's the whole point, right? You started 3 for a reason. You obviously are here to have a great product experience, as well as that if you do have a good product experience, you may go out and share that with others. Or maybe some of you simply came on board for the e-commerce opportunity in the business and you just want to make money, and that's okay too. We accept both. So what I would say is that this is going to be a great guide. You want to download this, you want to keep it on your desktop somewhere, be able to have it so that you can actually like start sharing that with others. Did you already go through all of the first page?
Yeah,
Okay.
I went all the way to, and I was just sharing the links. I was in the products. Yeah, links.
Would you prefer to continue then?
Whatever you want. Yeah.
No, yeah, I think I would prefer for you to continue just where you left off. And then,
Okay.
because I'm going to do a couple things. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
George is
Perfect.
going to take back over. Sorry, I just gave you a recap on the welcome letter. Now you're very welcome and you're aware of the welcome letter. All right, George, go ahead.
Okay, perfect. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna continue here. Let me see. And you see, one of the cool things, that doesn't mean that you have to learn everything about the products. It's just the fact that it's here when of the products. But as you see, everything about the products, even resources, because the reason this is so important that it's here, because a lot of people said, well, do you have actually documentation? Yeah, we had documentation. We had the manufacturing certification. And each product, and let me go back, for example, to Vitalite, we have even the clinical dossier. This is really cool because, again, you don't learn all this. This is something, it's information, it's documentation that we had to support while we have the product study, the ingredients, why we had the ingredients. And these are studies from, very reliable stories when you look at the sources. But you see, this is just the Vitality. Look at how many pages. People say, wow, do I have to learn all that? No, just to know that they are there. You don't have even to read it because these are scientific studies that are reading just and reading. They're writing in ways that any health professional can understand. I can understand that. For example, 18 trials comparing 900, and then in one the E group vitamin E 35 milligrams per 95%. Whatever. I don't understand any of that. It's important just to know that we had the documentation. Very important. It's documentation that we have. Okay, hold on a minute. Let me close this. And this is cool because we have every documentation because the products are not in trial. Like I show in the product education, they're in the PDR, they have all the stuff. The products are not in trial. Now we have the team calendar and the business training. Adrianne, do you want to go through the business training or hello? Oh, I think she.
No, George, I want you to do all of onboarding, okay? And then I'll
Okay.
come in and take over for Terry because Terry, you guys, all of you guys who are on here, we have an incredible session that's happening right after this about facial fitness with Visage with an expert, Terry Biggio. So please, you're welcome to stay on as well. And I'm just going to have George complete this onboarding today.
Okay.
Thanks so much, George. You have 45 minutes. Thanks.
Okay,
Since
perfect.
y'all are talking, can I?
Yeah, go ahead. Somebody was going to say something?
I did. I can invite people to this right now.
Yeah, every Saturday onboarding, yes, you should invite anyone new that you would like to be welcome to the team to go over the team information that George is going through right now
Perfect.
on getting started. Yep.
I'm on it. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Okay. All right, let me go back to my screen. Okay, now this is important because this is starting your business. The first step is make your list. This is the center of your whole business. Is when you make your list. Is when these are resources. The first people that you are going to connect. You are going to be learning through. We have calls Monday to Friday, and even here how to always expand that list. But that's the heart of your business, making your list. And this, in the first one, the cool thing that here we have links to different resources. And by the way, many of these links are repeated through the pages because in that way, you know where they always are. But for example, create your name list and then create your own list. Okay, here, well, you have the launch invite, you go to the scripts, etc. And I'm not going to go into details. You see the invites for everything. I don't know why it's not going to the name list, but doesn't matter because we have it in somewhere else. There's then we have a click here, share your story, how to share your story. And this is first step, make your list, create your name list and share your story. The second step, is how to connect. And connect is where you are inviting people. It's when you invite people. And here we have different links on how to invite people. Okay, here, for example, a script for success. And they had the different scripts for inviting, etc. And again, you have links for these scripts in many places. We have different, the different important, the road to 3 stars, etc. But this is the second step, is when you are inviting people. And again, we have the scripts. Oop, I keep jumping there. The third step is when you present the opportunity. Now, here we have the different presenting tools, how to book personal Zooms for your team, links to online presentation. I'm going to go into this in a second, but this is the third step. And when you are presenting, especially when you are not doing it yourself, you are doing the 7 to 10 first presentation with your upline leader, because that's the best way for you to learn. It's by having the presentations with your upline leader. And by the way, what I'm telling you is right here also. Okay, they tell you the same thing, get invites, have to do it with the first people, etc. The step 4 is the follow-up. Follow-up, and you say with a mentor. When you are follow-up, make sure that you do it with your upline too, especially when you are brand new, because you want to make sure that you know how to ask the question. Here we have, again, different how to book a follow-up, the closing script, how to overcome objections, because you're going to have objections. But again, you are doing it first with your upline leader. Although they are here as a guide, because it's good to have it, it's so important that you are doing with the upline, because that's the way that you learn. And then the onboarding, that's what we are doing today. But again, the first step, you make the list. The second one, you are connecting and inviting. The third one, you are presenting the business, and 4, follow-up. And here are the links to the different tools to do all this. And here is what we call complete the 5 steps and repeat. You repeat all this. And people say, well, how do I do the business? Well, this is a process. First, step one, you make their list. Second one, connect people. That's what you're inviting. Third, presenting, and for follow-up. And then you onboard people, and then you repeat the process. Repeat the process. And again, at first, you are doing it with your upline leader. The more you do it with somebody else, the more comfortable you're going to feel doing it yourself. This is very important. And of course, we have calls to where we do presentation, where we invite people. The company has calls to, and all those tools are there. Well, anyway, let me go back here to the page before. All right. Now, here is the team calendar. This team calendar is so cool because actually it has everything that we do through the week. Okay, here the different presentation. For example, excuse me. For example, today is the 19th. That would be the 21st. You see what's going to happen. 8 to 9 o'clock, we have the Spark Global Boarding Call. This is set up as Central Time, by the way, Central Time. This is Central Time. Spark Global is our master distributor doing the calls, 9:30 to 10:30. We do our team calls, and as you see, it's every day, Monday through Friday, 9:30 to the latest 10:30 a.m. Most of the time, actually, it's only half an hour, really. This is where the onboarding. Then here you see the different calls that we have. By the way, you can click here in any of this because there is a link, and then it's a link to the presentation, and it say how to get there. It's so cool. Now, many people say, wow, that calendar is so busy. Yeah, because we want to make sure that when you don't have to come to all the presentations because they get recorded, especially the ones in the morning. I understand many people are working or they are doing different things that they cannot go to the presentation. Everything is recorded. Everything that you see here is recorded. For example, Wednesday, we have a Spanish call. And this is really cool. And of course, we have the morning calls like you are now here. You see, it's really cool. And the different activities that happen through the week. Okay. All right, let me get out here a second. Now, this is basically what is the whole onboarding, basically. Again, is to make sure, especially the part I was going to show you, the business training here. Again, very important that you are making your list of the people. You start connecting and presenting, connecting and inviting, excuse me, presenting the business, and then follow up. And these 4 steps and then of course the onboarding, those 4 steps of process, because it's a process, is the one that you're going to do through the whole life and business. And any business, by the way, because you are going to start any business, and for those of you who have business, you have to have a list first when you are connecting, when you are opening up. Could be a professional office, it could be a dentist, or could be a restaurant, or could be a small business. The first people that knows always the people that you know. That's the first people, and then you expand from there. That's the same thing here. There's no any different. Then you're inviting the people to the grand opening and to the different presentation that you do, and that's the same that a traditional business. You open a restaurant, have a grand opening, and then always you are inviting people that you know, but always are looking for new one. And that's the same thing that you are going to do through your experience here, creating and growing your business. Then how to present it? The same thing every business. How do you present it? How do your office present it? And if you are in any business, but here the same thing. How you are presenting the opportunity? What are the tools that you are using? The follow-up, even today businesses now, when they get your information and you get a text message, remember you showing you opportunities or offers. That's the follow-up. And the follow-up, the same here, you following up with people, because most people don't buy or don't join in the first call. This is very important to remember. They usually do after follow-ups. It's why it's important to start connecting with your people and then the onboarding. This process produces millions of dollars to Adrianne and I. It's why we know it works. millions of dollars, not only to us. That's the same process the King we have done to make over $100 million, the same process that every person that is about us in our upline that also have earned millions of dollars that they follow. Very simple compared with traditional business, because the process, although is the same, it's simpler than when you are opening a traditional business. But it's really, really, keep that in mind. It's very, very, excuse me, important. Okay, let me go back to the page, the first page. All right. Now, there are other links here, and I'm going to go quick. But again, I just show you the process. That's simple. That's what it is. That's what it is. And make sure you go back to this page and you go through the process. Now, here we have business resources. These are other links. And it's just where you have access, I think, that you need like right now. For example, launching your business. You say, okay, you launch the business. How do I launch the business? I wonder. You click here and look what is going to happen. You go back to the process. That's it. The process is the same. Just make your list, connecting, inviting, presenting the opportunity, and follow up, and then doing the onboarding. And the onboarding, we have these calls recorded, and they happen every Saturday live. But you see, we are repeating some of the things because we want to make sure that you are in the same page. The team order form is very important, by the way. You click here, let me see it. Okay, print one of those. And every time you are talking to somebody that's signing up as a brand ambassador, here their name, credit card, etc., the different business packs, and that's it. Make sure you have one with you. And then you put this information in the computer. Some people say, why we don't do it at the same time in the computer? Because we have seen a few times that the person get confused in the computer because they cannot find especially because many people is doing it on the phone today and the screen is smaller. Yeah, you take the data and then you put it in the computer. You can even do it with them if you want to, but then later you show how to do it because you want to make sure that they are not having challenges getting into the system. But this form, I recommend it to the tracking forms. This is your business. When we show you the 5 steps here, okay, they're going to be linked through here on the tracking forms. But I'm going to go directly here. And the reason is because it's important that if you want to do the business, I suggest you to print them out. The most important, all of them has an important. The first one here, creating your name list. Remember that the first step is create the name list. There is a link in the presentation. You click here, and this is the list, because this is the first step. Now, my top 10 board of directors. What is my top 10 board of directors? The first people that you're going to connect that you feel that, or the people that you feel that are the better prospect that you have. And you are not going to do it by yourself. You are doing it, again, with your team members. What we call it the board of directors, you started a business here that it has the potential of being for you a multi-million-dollar business. And like a multi-million-dollar business that have a director, you are going to have a top board of directors. And this is, again, is part of the first step too, but this is the form. You're filling the names. And then this is like, this is a memory jogger where actually help you to remember to find those people. You start obviously with the people that you know the most, that is your family. And some people say, I don't want to tell anything about this about my family. Okay, we have an amazing product. Are you going to tell people that you don't know about the results, and so people that you don't know, you don't tell it? That's like finding the secret for, I don't know, for eternal youth, that we may have it. And you say, I'm going to place an ad to tell strangers, but not my relatives or friends. That's why it's so important to follow this, do this exercise and write the project 100. That means 100 people or more. Now, many people say, I don't know 100 people. When you start writing names, you realize that you do. Sometimes your family or relatives are 100 people. But anyway, let's go back to the form. This form is the daily activity. We call it 333. And we are going to go a little more. These are, you connect, you present, and follow up. Remember the process, business process. You make the list. then you connect, you present, and follow up. This is a form to keep you doing it. Although you can use instead this form also. I like this one. But the 3 at 3 means that you are doing at least 3 of them. Now, this one, 3. Now, 3 a day, 3 a week, depend on you how fast you want to go. Now, the next one, that is the tracking form 30, and this is probably the most important after the first one, because every week that you start, you fill this with names. And by the way, this is a live form. If you already fill 30 and then you talk to find or meet new people, or you want to connect, you just print another one. But 30 people. The reason we had the form in this way is that for every 30 people that you sponsor, 15 are going to look at the presentation and 5 are going to enroll. The thing about this is very important. For every 30 people, 15 are going to see the presentation, 5 enroll. Now, this is a rule of thumb. At first, when you are starting, the numbers can be different. Could be that from 30, only 7 are looking at the presentation and only 1 or 2 enroll. But your numbers start getting better, especially when you are working this list, the list of names, on the people that they brought you into the business. This is great when you are setting up your goals too, of your growth. But that is very cool. Okay, let me see. All right. Okay. Okay, let me go to the forms. And then we have other forms here. This is the roadmap to 3-star. I'm not going to go in details of these forms. We do trainings on this, but it's just to show you where they are. Now, this one that you see here, the weekly training form, this is where you have the names of everybody. Oops, I forgot this one does downloadable. Okay. I don't know, it's not open. Okay, it doesn't open. But when you click the download, and it's just where you fill the names of the person that you connect. This is you see, well, it's like a calendar. You can use a personal calendar. You can make a copy of this form, and then you use it as a calendar, or you have the calendar in your smartphone. But we have this one in case you don't have a regular calendar, you want to have a form. Okay, let me go back here. But anyway, and this last one, weekly lead tracker, this is nice to have. You have it in folder. Again, these are forms that, let me open it. These are forms that this is important because you have the name of the person that you connect, how do you meet that person, or you know this person. This is for your personal use. This was thanks to Antoniette that she created a form. It's cool, and you say, what are those numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. This is the follow-ups that you are doing. That doesn't mean that you stop at follow-up number 5. It's just to give an idea to have a form where you have information of that person and the time that you're following up. Okay, let me get out here a second. And this is what the forms are. Okay, let me go back. All right. We had a tracking form, we had a product training. By the way, you say, what is that? It's the same thing that you saw earlier. It's just that we have it here again. This is in case you say, where's the product training? We have several, this is, I think, 3 links where to go. And we already saw that one. The team presentation slides, when you click here, you download the presentation, the updated presentation in your computer, your iPad, your phone, or you print it out and you put it into like a folder. And the professional slide deck, this is when you are talking to health professionals. I do not recommend it to do it by yourself. You do it with your upline when you are doing presentations. There is a whole program of the health professionals. And it's something that is just when you are talking to health professionals, especially people that you know. Health professionals are very tough to get to unless you know them or you have a connection with them. And by the way, here on top, when you say professional program, it's a whole program that explains how to approach health professionals. It's there for people that do that. That's not, we have earned over $8 million, and that's not the way that we approach the business. However, we have it there because the nature of the business, we attract a lot of health professionals because today, especially, they are looking always to other ways to not only to help their patients, but increase their income. Script for Success. You saw before the script, this is another page where you go to scripts. You see, these are just shortcuts, basically. The business resources, just like I said, shortcuts. I'm losing my voice. I've been talking too much. I mean, but see, script for success, etc. I'm not going to go much in details because here is the pay plan. Here is the social media, how to start a social media. This is the 10 days basic social media we have. We're going to increase this part. And we do trainings in social media that we have in that page. Landing page. Landing page is simple. It's something that you share with your people, especially when you have your app. You can actually connect this to your app and send it to people. And when people see a full presentation, that's with with landing page. This is a presentation for prospects. And this has been updated all the time. As a matter of fact, I have to update it with a new product. But that's what it is, the landing page. And the workbook is a goal book where you set up your goals, etc. I'm not going to go right now into details. Let me stop sharing. But again, the basic is just launch your business and you start with these steps. All these are resources where you can find all the information that you need to help your business. Anybody has a comment? Anybody has a comment or they want to say something about this? Oh, have a question? You can have a question.
Yes. Are there Spanish speakers that present this? Can I present this in Mexico to my family?
We are not open in Mexico yet.
Oh, can I break in?
Pardon me?
Can I break into it somehow?
No, you have to have, unless, no, the company has to open because they have to open permits with the products and location, etc. That's not easy. That costs a few $1 million to get in.
Oh, well, can I give my family in Mexico some when they come here? Is that allowed?
Yeah, they can. We cannot send the products to Mexico, first of all, because we are not open officially there. You have to have permits, products being approved. And that's why if you are going to send products, you have to send it yourself, but they cannot buy products and being shipped for them because the company is not officially
When they
open
come
there.
to my house, I can give it to them and they can
Yeah.
take it
Oh,
over
yeah.
the border. Perfect.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, they can do that because we have people that have done that in the past. But this is a setup and this is getting set up. If you look at the page at the top, say language, you can click and the page goes into Spanish. It has a bunch of language and one of the choices is Spanish.
Wonderful. Thank
Okay.
you.
Also, we have presentation for the business in Spanish every Wednesday.
Nice.
And when you look at the calendar, you're going to see there the link.
Okie dokie.
Okay, perfect. But thank you for asking. Anybody else?
I have another question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do y'all train us to do what you're doing, present for a group of people?
Yes, that's why I tell you, you do the presentation with the people that you have, with the people that they brought you, because that's the way that you're learning. Plus, to learn how to present it on all those links that I show you, all those links are there.
Thank
How
you.
to present. That's why you can download the presentations because you can practice yourself. And now this is a training, but we have when you download the presentation to present, and we have it in English and in Spanish, by the way. We have in both languages, and you can use that presentation when you are talking to people. Yeah.
Muchas gracias.
But you're welcome. But make sure you do. Who sponsor you?
Arlene Guthrie.
Okay. Yeah, make sure you work the presentation with your upline, but again, and see the presentation that we have in Spanish, and our info. Also, we have forms to that you can connect with us if you want to know more about that. But you guys to the calendar, no, and the calendar is the Spanish presentation. But yeah, thank you for asking.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Mm.
Okay.
Hi, George. George.
Oh, yes. Hi.
Hi, this is Nora. All this presentation is what in the Our Legacy Makers or in the Office 3.earth?
The what? Sorry.
All the presentations you made today. Where did you get the information? Where do we get it from? Office.3.earth?
Our legacy, no, our legacy, the presentation that we do are, you see the links here in this page,
Okay.
and our legacy makers, and you see the links, and that's where the links
Okay.
are.
Okay.
And the recorded presentations, actually, I'm going to show you to you because although the links are in our legacy makers, I'm going to show you where you find the
Okay.
video presentation right now. Sorry, my voice. Okay. Oh, cool. That's us. Hello, us.
Our legacy.
Okay, so legacymakers.com. Do you have the link, by the way, on the page that we are right now on?
Okay. Mhm.
But this is the channel where the presentations are recorded.
Okay.
You see, this is one of the business presentations that we did in Spanish.
Right. Okay.
But you see social media, all the
Mhm.
presentations that are done in the morning, everything is here.
Okay.
Morning mastermind, then you see the presentation. You want to see all of them, you just click here. And
Because
then
usually to see the ones I go to YouTube of Legacy Makers team.
yeah, this is for the one that I recorded, correct?
Okay.
Yeah. Well, the link is in our Legacy Makers is here. The
Okay.
links are here, but you can go straight there. You just find
Oh,
out.
okay. Okay. I didn't
Yeah.
know that. That's
Yeah, because
new
the
to me.
links are here too.
Okay, great. Great. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, yeah. We have, like I said, we have the links for everything here. Well, here, for example, quick links. Here you have the different links of everything. When I mean everything,
Oh,
including
wow. Mhm.
the YouTube channel, our YouTube channel, that's this one.
Mm.
Okay, our legacy team. Yeah, you have the links, and these are the links for the different company asset, etc. Everything's right here. And quick links.
All right.
This is part of the
Quick
presentation.
links.
Okay. Any other questions?
No. No, thank you.
I have a
Okay.
question, George, a couple of them. This is
Okay, go ahead.
Jasmine. You see me?
Hi, Jasmine. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Thank you so much for this training. You know, Arlene is here. She's the one that sponsored Kellyanna. And I did want to say, yeah, we'll talk to you about how to get the presentation to your family in Mexico. And we can also, like, I know, George, we can book presentations with you through your Legacy Makers apps if we
Correct.
needed to do that. So we can book either coaching calls or full presentations with you through your calendar, right? And you can do them in Spanish or for that, right? So we have that.
Correct.
set. I also was wondering about when we enroll people, like we're doing an event today at noon for my friend, but how do we make sure that we get one on the right, one on the left for the people that we're enrolling? Can you show us in our back office, like what that would look like to make sure that the next person, you know, if somebody enrolls will end up being on right or left? Do you recommend that, or just whatever is automatic?
Yeah.
Uh,
The way that the setup is set up default right now. When I mean default, as soon as you sponsor somebody, it goes into one of your legs automatic because you don't have any legs at all. But as soon as you start building automatic, and you can set it up, by the way, you can set it up for the left or right. I'm going to show you really quick how you do that. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, let me go to, oops. Okay, make sure you mute yourself. Okay. Okay, let me make sure I mute everybody. All right. Okay. Okay, let's do, hold on just a second. Yeah, I'm going to show you. Oh, I'm not sharing. Okay. I'm sharing here. Okay, where is that? Oh, that's not. Huh, what happened? Oh, there. Okay. This is an example. This is your site, your back office. You go here where it says settings. Okay. And by the way, you see there's a lot, but one of them is placement. When you click here, you can put it lesser leg, bottom left, or bottom right. And then you sign the person. Now, the default is this one. What means lesser leg is where you had the less volume. Automatic, the computer put it where there's the lesser volume. You have left and a right. And here the computer, again, is going to lesser volume. That's the way that's automatic. I have never changed it, by the way. However, if you want to force to the different leg, you click here, and then that's it. You see, placement reference updated. I want to make sure that I just keep it lesser leg. I don't want to change it. Oh, that's this one is not mine actually, but this is the way that this person has it. I don't think he sponsored anybody yet. Oh, I don't know. Let me check the tree. But that's the lesser leg. Now, what is the lesser leg for this person? Okay, would be here on the left side, because no, you see there's a volume coming on the right side. That means that has people on the right side. They only the computer automatic when he sponsors somebody is going to be here. That's the lesser volume. Now, in this case, because he is starting the business and not sponsor anybody, the first person has to make sure that it goes on the right, left, and then on the right, because you have to have one on the left and the right. But then after that, again, you leave lesser volume, and every person, even if he's signing up on their own or a customer, etc., all volume is going to come here, because again, definitely that's the left. At least in this graph, you see that's lesser volume. I don't know if answer the question, Yasmin. Hello?
Yes,
Did-
yes.
Okay,
Yeah, so we want to make sure we just keep it on the left,
and the lesser volume. Yeah, I
on-
don't know which one is yours. It's the lesser volume. And then automatic goes there. Now, when you are brand new, it's the only time that you say, oh, I need one on the left, one on the right. That's it. But then after that, make sure you keep it on the lesser volume, unless you are planning to build one leg first strong, and you put right leg, and then or four or left leg, I don't know which the leg, you want to force that. But in 90% of the cases, you leave it on the lesser volume. Because again, if somebody order on their own or sign up on their own, that you know where they are going to go.
Okay, yeah,
If you
it's just
in the left-
automatic. It's usually just set to automatic, so we don't have to do
No,
it.
we don't have to, unless that we have some kind of strategy or etc., where we are for a week, for example, you say, okay, I'm going to make stronger certain leg, I'm going to put everybody there, but that's a personal strategy. That's not, but normally it goes into lesser value.
Okay, and then can you also explain when you said make sure you're on Smart Chip or else your volume will flush? Like, what does that mean for the new people that?
Okay, in order to receive commission, you have to be active. Active means 60 points every 4 weeks. 60 points is depending on the product. You put together a bunch of products and then 60 points. For example, Eternal by itself is 60 points, or you can have a combination of products that to 60 points. The reason is because you, as a matter of fact, sorry, I've been literally talking so much. Yeah, they're laughing because we have 3 people here that I'm going to keep talking after the call. Okay. One of the things is volume comes and let me, I better share my screen.
Recording in progress.
Okay. Okay, I'm just going to write this because I like to write it down. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Start broadcast. Okay, I think it's there already. Okay, cool. Okay, as you see, I've been doing numbers. All right. Okay, let me activate it. Active. Okay. All right. You're here and you have a left and a right. And then you have a bank that every time you get paid, the way that works, every time that, and I'm not going to go into the pay plan today. We have that presentation in about 10 minutes on the skincare. Every time you have 600 and you have 300, That's a total of 900, or the other way around. That's what is a cycle. And a cycle, we get paid between $35 and $45 each time that happened. That means if we have 10 cycles, 10 times happen, we make 450 or 35.50. The difference between 35 and 45 is that when you have 10 people that you personal sponsor that are active, it could be a combination of customers and brand ambassadors, or all of them could be brand ambassadors. The cycle is $45. But anyway, what is going to happen eventually, one leg is going to be stronger for a while because that can switch. And let's suppose that this leg is the one that goes crazy. And there's so much volume coming in that let's suppose that you have, I'm going to erase here. Let's suppose that you have 10,000 points. 10,000 points. This is, of course, big numbers. Every time that you get $300 points here, the computer takes 600 because this is the strong leg. And then there are, in this case now, there are going to be 9,400 left. And you got paid. If you, and then you are in auto shift 60 CV, that's a combination of products. If in 4 weeks you are not active, all the volume that is waiting for you disappear. It's why you want to make sure that you're active. I've seen people that had lost hundreds of thousands of points because they forgot. It's very important that you are, it's why the smart ship is so important. Because this is money waiting for you. Because if you have, let's suppose, 12,000 points waiting there for you, that's 20 cycles, because this is 600 cycles times 20. That means that you have about $1,000 waiting for you. You don't want to lose that because this is a bank. Those points are banks. That's simple, what it is. It's clear? Okay, perfect. This is very, again, super, super important. The other thing is that if you are not active with 60 points, because you are not accumulating points, guess what? You don't get paid 600 and 300 because you are not accumulating points. There are no points there. You don't get cycles. Now, you can make money when you sign somebody up because it's a PIV. It's not based on the point cycles. It's based on somebody order, and then you get a commission. When you sell, you get 25%. That's not based on being active. But if you want to start accumulating and making money on the cycles, and obviously in the matching bonus, because the matching bonus is connected to the cycles, then you have to make sure you don't want to lose volume because, again, this is a bank that you are accumulating. And also you want to get paid in the 600, 300 because there are points coming in. But again, if you are not active, you don't get anything. That's very important. Anybody, you got it, no? Okay. Any other question? It could be about the pay plan or anything. We have about 5 minutes before we go with the presentation. The next presentation, the skincare, I don't know if you're familiar with that, but excuse me. All right. Oh, I stopped sharing? Oh, no, I stopped sharing. Okay. All right, perfect. Any questions? Any other questions? I think somebody was raising his hand or her hand. I didn't see it. Okay. No, maybe not. Adrianne, are you there?
I am. Hi.
You want to add something in the 5 minutes that we have?
Yeah, I think you went over like with clarity, just the getting started basics. I think you just have to ask yourself what is going to make you want to get going and get started and finding your builders. Yeah. So that's
because
what
we start in about 5 minutes to the other one. Let me stop this one and then we start a new recording when we are ready.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. Does anyone have any other questions about getting started or has any goals that they had in mind for starting 3 that we could help you guys get going on today?
Yeah, this is the time to ask any question that you have.
Especially for the business. Like, let's say you guys came on board, you guys are looking to earn a specific amount of income with 3. Does anyone have any questions like that?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Kellyanne.
Okay, say I reached out to 10 people and 3 were interested in seeing the thing and 2 signed up, would they go on each leg and how soon would I get paid and how much?
Okay. Do you want me to answer, Adrian? Or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. When you get paid, okay, we have several. Let me actually do this because, again, I like the graph. Okay. I go faster when I do this. Oops. Okay. And by the way, all that information is on the pipeline videos that we have, the training videos. When you saw the channel, there is a pipeline video and tell you everything in case you want to know, but it's very simple. First of all, like that was a question that Jasmine had before. You are here, you put one person on your left, one person on the right. The default is always the minor leg. If this is your upline, you see, okay, the person that sponsor you, the first person usually is going to go here because you don't have anybody. You need somebody on the right. But after that, the computer is going to look where you had the less volume and it's going to put the people and it's going to be there. It's going to be automatic or you can force it. I showed before in the screen how you can put the default left or right. You can force it, but it's automatic. How much you are going to get paid? Well, on the retail sales, you get paid next day. Except the days that there are no banks. For example, if you sell something today, tomorrow is Sunday, but they pay you on Monday.
Okay.
But it's Monday, then you get paid the following day. On everything else that we have, the cycles, the other bonuses is weekly. And that's really quick too, by the way, because the week ended on Sunday night at midnight Mountain Time. And then on Friday, then you get an email saying you got paid. It's super cool.
Very nice. Thank you.
The PIB, by the way, is every time you sign somebody up, that you get a PIB, that's a fast start bonus. And then the cycles, that's what I told you a second ago, and everything else, and the matching, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know if it's much moving up. Everything get paid every week. Again, and we get paid quick. In other words, compared with most companies, weekly or daily in the case of the other bonuses. Did I answer your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. Anybody else? Because we have 2 minutes and then Adrianne is going to take over.
Yeah, we have some more time, you guys. So really, this is your Saturday onboarding. And if you're new and you have questions, like you need to ask those so you can get out the gate running, you know?
That's right.
Or if you have any new people that you're bringing on that you have questions for.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, this is Saturday is the right time because it's a little more relaxed than when we are doing a presentation, or for example, in the morning, etc.
I don't know what that means, Kellyanne. Oh, okay, yeah, please, yeah, praying for you and whoever, and yeah, please take care of that. Okay, all right. Who else has some questions that they would like to ask?
Anything about the business. Anything. We have right now all the knowledge of the world. Okay. Oh, it seems that we did a great job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You mean we have George, all the knowledge in the world?
Yes, exactly. George of all time. He's the GOAT.
Oh, yeah. I was joking last night. We were talking about the AI that we have. And I said, now is the AGI. By the way, it's true. There's a AGI is coming up. That's going to be the future of AI. I say, what AGI means? Artificial George Intelligence.
That's funny.
But that's not what it is.
Yeah, honestly, at this point, you guys, when you come on board into 3, there's a reason that you said yes. I would just set your sights on whatever that looks like, physically or financially, how you want to incorporate the products, how you see 3 working for you in your life. Really start defining that. The other thing that we didn't really touch on is maybe creating some type of a vision board for yourself where you're putting out your goals there and what you want to see happen in your life, right? What is it that you're really going for? Why did you say yes? What are you looking to accomplish, right? These are all things that I think are very, very important. Like George went through all of our how-to, which is so great that we have all that how-to up there. At the same time, I want you to kind of dream again, right? I want you to get excited about what's possible here. You know, winning a free cruise to the Mediterranean or to the Maldives, something like that, right? That needs to go up on a vision board, somewhere where you guys are looking at it every single day, where it's inspiring you to take action. We call that inspired action, right? Maybe you guys put up somewhere on a fridge, a sticky note that says, I'm so happy and grateful now that I am a 3-star elite or a 4-star, right? I can see that some of you guys are on here. You've been on here for a little bit. And so if you're still wanting to get to that next rank, I mean, yeah, you want to go in your back office and you want to map that out. This business is actually quite calculatable if you do it right. You guys can see how much you've increased before, how much additional effort might need to go in for you to be able to accomplish that goal, and then go after that. Yes, we're talking about the basics. We go 2 by 2 by 2 with our type of business plan. At the same time, I think it's important to really set your sights high and then go for that. So when we talk about getting your board of directors and getting your 10, you're going to have to probably go through, like George said, 100 names to get the 10 people that are going to say yes. And to be honest with you, out of the 10, you're probably only going to have 2 to 4 builders. 2 to 4 people who are going to duplicate. In other words, 2 to 4 people that are going to do what you do, that are going to follow this system. So really understanding and knowing those numbers is important for you to work with, because you'll be able to manage the highs and lows of this business. Just like in any business, there are highs and lows, and there are highs and lows here too. The highs are when somebody comes on board and you're excited and they try the products and they have a great experience and they're attending the next event, right? All of those are the highs. The lows are hearing some people say no, saying, oh, this isn't for me. Oh, thanks so much for thinking of me, but this is not what I do. I mean, you're going to hear lots of different things, right? You know, people who are like, this isn't for me. And so for every no that you get, just know that you're closer to a yes. So being able to understand the numbers, like what George went with you, is so key. And it's almost vital to you maintaining a level of leadership that's needed and necessary for you to advance in this business. All right, so that's what I would share with you guys. And so that's just something I've learned, you know, from my years of being in this experience too, that there are highs and lows just like in any other business, but the systems are there for a reason. And if you follow the systems, you will be successful. A lot of people come in here, they want to try to reinvent the wheel. They think like, well, I did it this way in this company or that company, so I must know better. You might, but the reason we continuously go through the basics with you is so that it's something that you can really try on for size here, and it's not a guessing game. So we want to get you to the fastest way to whatever rank it is that you desire, and that is by following the systems. And there are seasons to this. So there are seasons to planting seeds, right? Watering those seeds, and then harvesting the fruit or the harvest of those seeds. And so knowing that those are those seasons, right? Knowing that those are those seasons. When you first come in and you're making that first list of 100 names, what you're really doing is you are laying out the map for the, I guess, garden that you're wanting to grow. Okay, you're laying out the map. So if you're having a hard time going through and filling out that whole 100 names list, pull out your cell phone, go through your cell phone, go through your social media. Any name that comes to mind is the right name. I really believe that when you work with inspired action, and don't second guess the thought, right? I can't tell you how many high-powered CEOs and types of people I work with, they're not second guessing their thoughts very much, right? Like they will like come up with a name and be like, oh, you know who you need? Oh, you need Terry Vigio for that. Oh, you know who you need? You need Joanne for that. Oh, and as soon as the name pops up, they don't second guess it. And then it's on that person to go do that due diligence, which is that second part of planning your garden, is where are we planting the seeds? You know what I mean? Right? So you got to go in and you actually have to plant the seeds. You have to call people. You have to share with them why you're excited. You have to let them know you recently partnered with a proactive wellness company, or you're still with the same proactive wellness company and you're seeing success. And that's the reason you're calling them back, right? So you guys are going through the process of planting those seeds, calling those names, letting them know what you're excited about, and inviting them to take a look. Well, there's lots of ways to invite people to take a look at 3, right? You can send them a link from your app. You can send them a pre-recorded Zoom call, an opportunity call. You can invite them to a live opportunity call. You can invite them to a weekly Zoom call that George was showing you how packed this schedule is for a reason, because you're supposed to be inviting at least 10 people per week, which means 2 will say yes to jumping on some of those calls. Do you see how you need to mitigate and manage your expectations around those numbers still? So you're reaching out, okay, getting them on the call, that's planting that seed, because now they've taken a look at something. If you are just calling people to share with them what you've got, but they haven't taken a look, you haven't done your job yet, right? The point is for them to see the fullness of what we offer, not a portion of what we offer. Your story is what sets it up. You're developing your story is what sets it up. It's what gets them excited about even taking a look. Then they come in and they take a look. From that taking a look, now they get to make an educated decision. You know, Jasmine, do you feel like you have enough information to get started today? Yes. Which pack would you like to get started with, right? Okay, that is bringing the person on. Is that even harvesting yet? Nope, that's not harvesting. That's just like seeing the fruit of that initial reach out of planting the seed. Now you're seeing the sprouts come up, right? Because they're like, oh, I planted myself in 3. I'm going to order the products. I'm going to try them. I'm going to see how they feel inside my body, right? I'm going to see what gets me excited, or I see a business opportunity here. I'm going to go out and I'm going to attempt to share. They jump on an onboarding call, right? As they start to develop, that is harvesting. That is you really seeing movement in your business. So if it's every 2 out of 10, and some of you guys have been doing this longer, you know, then your batting average might be a little bit higher. But if it's every 2 out of 10, now you know why we ask you to make a list of 100, because we're looking for just the 10 out of the 100 to say yes. And out of that, how many are going to rise to the top? Hopefully 2 to 4 on left and right legs. You with me? Okay, so that's why we're going through that. And I want to be very, very clear about that, because we can run you through the basics all day long. We can give you the forms and the tools and the documents. We can show you all of that, but you need to understand why you must take action. Are you with me? So you'll start taking action. You're going to manage the highs and lows. Your one job is to invite them to take a look, get them onboarded as soon as possible. Once they do take a look, they get excited, they order the products. Onboarding needs to happen as soon as possible, because that is how the cream rises to the top. It cannot unless they're plugged in. If you have really, really awesome, amazing customers, but that's what they're doing, they're just acting as customers, you need to call more people. Because you're still looking for your board of directors, you're still looking for your leadership, you're still looking for those that are going to duplicate what you're doing here at 3. That's how you're going to build a big multi-million-dollar business. It's not going to come in just the first 100 names sometimes. You know, I think for those of you guys who've been in here for a while and you hear us go through this 100 names every single time, it's go through another 100, go through another 100, or go back to the original 100, right? Follow up, do the due diligence of following up. It's what makes you a pro instead of an amateur. When you can go back to people you've talked to once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, 8 times, 9 times, 10 times. Has anyone followed up with anybody here 10 times? You know for sure, without a doubt, you followed up with somebody 10 total times. 10. Minimum of 10 times. Anybody? Okay? Well, Jasmine, that's why you're successful. That's why you're seeing success in your business, because that's what's important to you, to make sure that you're a professional, right? So professionals follow up. They don't hear the first no and quit. They don't hear the first, oh, I don't do those types of businesses, and quit. They don't hear the first, well, you know, send me more details on the product, and then never send them, right? They're being absolutely consistent. Have you guys ever heard that saying, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything? Have you guys ever heard that? Okay, that's no different here. There's no difference here between your 9-to-5 job. I'm telling you, you've got to have that same type of desire, that same fire, knowing that a paycheck is coming. The difference is here, you're building out your own business, right? Nobody's feeding you with leads. You're coming up with them on your own, unless you're really lucky and people know, like, and trust you, and they just open their Rolodex to you, okay? Without you providing value, right? I told a story on Monday where I said I went to this weekend event and I ran into this woman in the hallway, beautiful girl, yoga instructor, was doing this big event here in Austin. She wanted $7,000 for a 3-day retreat. She had all these amazing people coming in and flying in, right? But that's all I knew about it. I didn't know anything else about it. And she kept saying to me, just order it right now. I'll see you there. I'll be like your angel. I'm like, what does that mean? Who is this lady? I am a type A personality and you need to provide value before I hand over my credit card. Do you understand? She did not provide enough value. I did not have enough rapport with her. I met her in the hallway by an elevator and she asked me for my credit card for a $7,000 investment. Don't be that girl or guy. Provide value. Invite them to Zoom calls. When you follow up, send them more tools. It's new for them. It's not new for you, right? You could see the Thursday night or the Monday global presentation 500 times and it's okay because it's not for you. It's for the guests that you have on board, right? That are learning. They're learning about 3. So when it feels a little bit monotonous and mundane is when you know you're closer to your board of directors and you know you're closer to duplicating because your team, at least a couple of them, are doing the same thing. They're inviting just as many people to come take a look. And then you're going in and you're asking, what did you find? You know, what did you like? What else did you like? You guys are following the closing scripts. Do you feel like you have enough information to get started today? And you're doing that on a weekly basis, daily, really. Okay. But again, we get paid week by week here, unless you're doing just retail commissions, right? So we get paid, it's set Sunday night to Monday. So that's when the week closes. So each of you should have a hustle like no other throughout every single week to make sure that at least 10 people on your list of 100, that 2 per week are taking a look. What happens to the other 8? You roll them to the next week. You're with me? So I'm giving you real life strategy around the methodology that's on the website because I really want you guys to be able to create success. I know you can. It's just a matter of really getting, serious about it. And oh my gosh, I'll never forget how upset I was when I was 18 months in my first company and I went to this big event and this other girl was 18 months in that company, but she was making $10,000 a month. And I was still making like maybe 1,000, barely, after 18 months. And I said to her, and I congratulated her. I was like, oh my gosh, congratulations. That's so amazing. Da, da, da. Like, I just want to know, like, how did you do that? I've been in for the same amount of time as you. How come you're earning 10,000 a month and I'm only earning 1,000? And she said, you must not be taking it as seriously as I am. And oh, it was like a dagger right in my heart, right in my heart. I was like, I'm a serious person. I don't know what you're talking about. I was so mad. Oh, I was livid. Oh, you have no idea. Remember, type A personality, right? And I was being nice, like I wanted to know. And that was her response. And I just about died. I was like, oh, I got to take a breather. I'm out. I had to walk out of the room. I had to take a breather. I had to regroup myself because I was like, what does she mean? She's more serious than I am. I'm contacting people. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. But you know what? She was doing a little bit differently. I was talking so much about the products that I felt like I had to be a product expert. She was inviting people to partner with her in business. I was not doing that. In fact, I was more afraid to talk about the business than I was about the products. So I would get people excited, and that's fine. You guys, it is what it is. It was a learning curve for me. I was like, I think I'm talking about the business, but maybe I'm really not. Maybe I am more excited about the products than the business. I heard her go up on the stage. I forced myself to go back in the room to listen to what she had to say about her recent success. And that's what she was saying. She was calling people and she was saying, hey, Tracy, this is Adrianne. I'm reaching out to you for a reason, but first and foremost, how are you? And they would say, oh, I'm doing really great. Okay, good. That's wonderful. How's your family? She'd form them. She wasn't vomiting on them about the products like I was. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I found this new product line. That's what I was doing. I have to share it with you, right? That's what my 18 months looked like in the business, my first 18. Hers wasn't. How's your family? How's work going? Are you doing anything fun this summer? Well, listen, the reason I'm reaching out, Tracy, is because I know you and I, we probably would make a great partnership. And I'm looking for partners in my new business. I'm looking to earn a 6-figure income and I want to take as many people as I can with me. What we're promoting is an incredible product line. If I sent you information on it, would you be open to taking a look? But do you see the difference even in the pitch, in the voice, in the tone, in the posture? Versus, I've got these really great products I'm super excited about. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to share them with you. You know, I'm a personal trainer, right? That's how I was talking to people. And it was okay. It was just, that was what, after 18 months, that's what it was producing. So I had to pivot. I had to change my mindset. I had to lower my energy down. Does anyone here understand chakras? Where does your money come from? Your root chakra. So if you're up here, right, you're very fluttery, like, right? But if you lower that energy down, it comes from a different voice, a different tone, a different posture, a different energy. Some of you guys are so scared to receive. I was very scared to receive. What would happen if I was actually successful? What would happen if I earned more money, if I out-earned what I was doing in my other business with this? What does that mean? That changes my identity. It changes the relationships in my community. Now I'm one of those crazy network marketers who's actually earning money. Oh my gosh. People are going to look at me differently. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, she's doing one of those things. I can't believe she's a professional networker in a network marketing company. Are you with me? That was a hang up for me. And I didn't like it. I didn't like that after 18 months, I actually had to transition into saying, yeah, I'm going to be a crazy network marketer. This is my pathway. This is what I choose to do. I'm going to lead by example. And I've decided that it's okay to earn money as a professional network marketer in one of those things. And it changed everything. All of a sudden, my paycheck's over $6,000 per month. Boom, boom, boom. So I had to make an identity shift. Some of you guys who are on here and you've been doing this a long time, you need to make an identity shift. You need to be okay with earning copious amounts of money. It's like somebody turned a faucet on. We were making so much money. Couldn't have stopped it if we tried. Do you know what that feels like? Probably not, because you're so used to working hard for your money that there's a difference between working hard and having influence. Are you with me? You need to be an influencer. You need to want to desire to be somebody who actually speaks in the way that a professional network marketer speaks. The Eric Worre book is amazing. It's like the Bible for network marketing. If you've never read it, it's called Go Pro with Network Marketing, and he teaches you how to be a professional network marketer. Right? So we can give you every tool and every tip and every system, but you have to be okay being this. You have to be okay making $250,000 a year as a 4-star. You have to be okay making, look at Kim Wee. The first time I met Kim Wee, you guys, I was like such a super fan. I totally didn't even know what to say to her. I was like, I just want to be like you when I grow up. Where does that energy come from? It's still up here, right? Right? Do you know what I'm saying? And she looked at me and she's like, you can, but you're going to learn. And you need to come follow me and you need to be around me, right? Proximity is power. You need to show up to every single event. When you have 6 to 8 large lines of leadership is when you will be a 6-star in 3. Now, what does that mean? 6 to 8 large lines of leadership. That would mean I would need 6 to 8 3-star elites to 4 stars. Are you with me? And ideally, if you have 6 to 8, you're going to need probably 6 of those down one leg and 3 on the other, or 2 on the other, because we're a 1/3, 2/3 split. Don't overthink it. Just hear me out. Just trust me. Okay. Your team leg, you need 2 team leaders, the one that receives spillover. The other leg, you need at least 6. Large lines of leadership. How important is it for you to teach duplication in your team, or do you want to recruit forever? Now, you want to recruit forever, but you also want people who are recruiting with you. You're with me? So that's why this is so key and so important. All right. So insurance in your business. insurance in your business. The reason you're asking people to partner with you in business and not just for the products, although the products are great, the products and the business really are one. It's because you're you're sifting and sorting, looking for a diamond in a mountain of coals. You're looking for somebody who's as crazy as you are to say, I'm going to have an identity shift. I want to be a network marketer too. That's kind of rare, right? It is a little bit, especially considering that 90% of people come on board for the products and 10% are saying, I'd be okay with making extra money. I would be a crazy person that would be willing to share this. Know your audience and let yourself be surprised. So you might bring somebody in for the products, but they attend that first big event that we have, and all of a sudden, boom, an identity shift happens for them. Now they don't just want to be a product user. They want to be a builder. Do you see how important it is to lead people along that path? You're moving them across the threshold from product user to I could earn income, from I could earn income to I desire to earn more income, from I desire to earn more income to I'm going to build leadership. How do I build leadership? I'm going to follow the systems. I'm going to follow the systems until I have 6 to 8 people who are actually plugged in. If there was a secret, this would be it. Just so you know. This is the secret sauce. This is what creates duplication and momentum in your business. It's not just filling out the forms. It's the willingness to do it. It's the plugging in. It's the doing it over and over and over and over until. So when we say you pay your dues in this business, we mean it, just like in anywhere else. Some of you might get lucky, like that woman who was in for 18 months, but was she really lucky? We were in for the same amount of time. Was she lucky or was I lucky? Who do you think was lucky? If we were to say, I don't believe in luck, but if you were to say, who was lucky? Me. I was lucky. She wasn't lucky. She was a businesswoman. She already had the hat of the entrepreneur. She just found the right platform. I didn't have the hat yet. I had to put 18 months in to figure out how to get serious about this. That's the difference. So I was lucky. I was lucky to be earning an extra $1,000 a month at that time. I was pretty convincing. I had some persuasion techniques. I knew how to sell some things. I didn't know how to be a network marketer yet. I didn't know how to build out large teams of leadership yet. Hadn't even thought to. I just thought I got to keep recruiting, keep recruiting, keep recruiting. My sponsor says I got to keep recruiting. You want to know why your sponsor says that to you? Keep recruiting, keep recruiting, keep recruiting, because they know you haven't found the right people yet, my friends. Okay? You're in a business. You're in a business. Okay. So, all right, big business too, because what I love about free enterprise, what I love about this industry is, you know what? It's so funny. It's like during COVID, this is how ADD I am. You might be too. It's okay. We're okay. We're all right. We're entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs have a smidge of ADD, maybe even a little bit on the spectrum. It's okay. I'm like, all the things at once, right? Okay. So I decide during COVID that I'm going to buy a package to get my real estate license because I just want to know what it would feel like to have a real estate license. Okay. I start diving into everything and I'm like, oh, no, heck no. I can do that same thing with less paperwork and network marketing. I'm out. I better double down on my focus right now and find a way to meet with people during COVID. And that was using Zoom. And all of us got really good at using Zoom. So you can meet with somebody locally, you can get them onto a Zoom, you can send them emails, you can send them texts, but either way, the point is you are a professional recruiter. You are looking for people to actually partner with in business. So anyways, I thought that was more funny than it was, but listen, it was just my ADD moment. I'm just saying, I don't want to work hard for somebody else. I don't want to work hard for that. I don't want to work hard for a broker. I want to work hard for me, right? That's the difference. And I want you guys to work hard for you. and your families and what it is that drives you. All right, that's what I have to share today. We have a couple more minutes. George, I can see you pop back on. Is there anything you'd like to share before we head into our, don't leave. In fact, invite several people on. Anyone who's 40 and above, invite them on, because I did a facial fitness class with Terry Biggio that absolutely changed my world. And she's going to talk about why facial fitness and why Visage and 3. So we're going to dive into that in a second. So invite as many people on as you can, because it really is going to help you understand how you can actually promote Visage better as well. So, okay, George, go ahead.
Yeah, first I want to apologize. I thought the call was exactly after 11 o'clock. I forgot that was 10:30. There are so many things that are going through my head right now for all the things that probably that's the reason that I space out. The second thing, by the way, I want to welcome Sarah. She's in Connecticut. She just joined. Welcome to the team. I'm super excited and you're coming in a day that we are going to be talking about the facial with Terry, and I'm super excited because that's one of the products that people forget. That's another amazing thing that we have. It's very, very unique thing we have. You can go through the different information that we have about the product, and of course, I'm sure we are going to hear something now. And why it's so different, and that is not the typical skincare. It's the future. It's the future, but the future is now.
I may actually, good point, George. I might talk just a little bit before we dive into facial fitness with 3.
Good idea. Thank you.
Into a little bit about the neurocosmetic skincare line. So let me just share my screen real quickly so you guys can take a look. For those,
excuse me, Adrianne, before you do that, could you restart the recording so we get the full complement of what you're presenting?
Yes, absolutely. Let me get there real quickly and then I'll do that. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. All righty. So, I may need George. Oh, hold on, let me see.
No, sorry.
Yeah, because you're on YouTube, can you stop sharing and restart? Because I believe that you have the control still. Just try it.
For the live stream?
Yeah, or can you make me co-host?
I block it. Let me see.
Or just make me host and I'll fix it.
That's weird because I don't have it here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go out, in and out.
Well, it looks like there's 3 of us on here right now. So I don't know which one has it.
Yeah, let me see. Make sure. I'm going to close one here. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you may have the iPad.
Can you see it now?
Yes, I can. Thank you so much. Okay, so we are going to start recording, and actually let me